What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another season is here. I know week 0 happened, but it's week 1. We're all in action. Here we go. Week 1 preview. Holy Try Football Podcast. It's me, Iowar, can do from the beautiful state capital, the blue state, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, to my west. D-Berg, what is up?
Very excited. I'm in the original studio from the very first podcast. Actually, I was technically in the garage for the very first podcast we did.
The very first one that didn't get aired, we were in the laundry room suite.
That's a good technicality. However, this is actually on the site of the first video recording that we did. So I'm back in that studio, and I'll probably cry Saturday, but it's a little way off yet.
We're close.
And that won't be because Pitt's going to lose the UMass. That would also make me cry.
We'll be sad. Ken, to my east, what's going on?
Oh, so excited. So excited. Going to get back to the hometown, Madison, Wisconsin, this weekend to enjoy some Big Ten football. What do you guys feel? Would you rather have a big matchup in week 1 that you're looking forward to all offseason, or would you rather ease into it with a cupcake before a big matchup?
Absolutely not.
So you are Cupcake City, Dan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. As a fan, or as a fan of viewing experience, or as a results oriented fan?
I mean, they're one and the same for me.
Okay.
So.
All right. Hey, why?
Yeah, I've had both. I mean, within the context of Pitt, and I don't like it.
So you're saying just opening up with the conference game, then? I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, it was annoying.
FSU, you're talking?
No, against Virginia.
Oh.
I think I like the big matchup week 1.
You do?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, Irish haven't really had one week 1 in a while. I mean,
Michigan's usually week 2, right?
Michigan was week 1. The last one was probably the Michigan game,
2018.
The 24-17 game. Yeah, and that was great. Last few years have been a little less with Louisville, but next year it will be alluded to the horseshoe, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
This year ease into a bit less compared to Ohio State, but still a decent sized game with the spread in single digits.
Yeah, I mean it's exciting. Yours is a conference matchup, AY, if it was last year.
Yeah.
This is the first time I think Penn State's ever had it, unless you count UCF out in Ireland. But yeah, it's the first time I'm experiencing it. I'm excited about it. It's something that we've been looking forward to in high stakes football in week 1. It's I don't know. As a fan, I guess, of college football, I would rather my team have a nice, easy cupcake to begin with, so I can enjoy the first weekend of football. Because we look forward to this all weekend, all year, all off season long, and I don't want a loss to hamper, which should be a jovial first weekend. But
yeah, it's kind of like doubling down opening weekend.
Yes, exactly. It could make opening weekend that much better for me, right?
Absolutely.
You're right. It is just like doubling down. I agree. All right.
Which I guess if I look at it that way, when in doubt, I mean, yeah, if I'm a 9 at the table, I'm probably doubling down anyway. So,
yep.
More often than not, yeah, I'm doubling down.
Double for more if you can.
That's right.
Double for more if you can. Week 0. Any thought? AY, did you catch any of that while you were on vacation? Any week 0 action?
I haven't discussed this with anyone, and I'm not going to get into it here. But Saturday's ride down was supposed to be a little over 7.5 hours. Ended up totaling 11 with a late start on top of it.
Ooh.
So it was, I guess the late start was factored in there, but no. Caught wind of Illinois on a run. I looked up and saw Con getting blasted. And thought, I didn't really miss much. There was a little bit of the Big Ten game on at the one place we went to eat. So I saw I think it was the first quarter over my shoulder. I could just take some in, but mainly no, nothing.
Big Ten opening up the season with a illegal forward pass in the end zone on a punt return for the 2 points to open up the season. You couldn't ask for anything more out of a Burt Scott Frost Day game. I didn't see a Burt opening up a 3-touchdown lead on Scott Frost. It was amazing. But it had it all. There were multiple strange turnovers, the snaps going over the head. I think there was one where Nebraska didn't know what down it was. That was good also. So, I mean, if you're a Nebraska fan, I don't know how you could think that there's any way but getting rid of Scott Frost at this point, because you're just seeing these bonehead mistakes year in, year out. There's no improvement. It's tough to watch as a Nebraska fan, which I'm not.
You have to wonder if a little bit of Belichick rubbed off on Bert's belly up in New England, because that was a very Patriots-like win, early Belichick.
Oh,
Just
Belichick
opportunistic. The only thing which I saw our boy Gil Alexander pointed out, just what is he doing kicking a 55-yard field goal with the 2-0 lead? Like they can't move the ball. Neither team can really move the ball. Why are you kicking a 55-yarder? And then I think that was the same drive, or at the ensuing drive, Nebraska went down and scored on to take the lead. But oh my gosh, yeah, it's just
they couldn't move the ball at all with Peters, and they were sacking him. Nebraska was sacking him like crazy. And who comes to the rescue but Art Sitkowski, 4th-year sophomore, I think, with like 3 years of eligibility remaining. Transferred from Rutgers. Love to see him seeing success, but definitely did not anticipate them blowing him out for a large part of that behind Art. But
it was beautiful.
Yeah. It was beautiful. It was great to see. The stands were full. I don't know if you caught any glimpse of the stands, but they were packed. The opposite of what Chip had. Chip had empty stands out in the Rose Bowl, but you get that in LA in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. I was listening to the recap on Sirius, I think it's ESPNU Radio, it's called, with Luganbill and Barrett Salih. And they were bad. I mean, granted, there were 5 games, with FBS teams involved, and they have 3 hours to fill, but they did about 15 minutes bagging on the UCLA fans for not showing. Like, it's Hawaii and you're in Los Angeles in August. Okay, I don't blame them for not showing up.
Right.
It would be one thing if we were maybe in a different location, and that the team hadn't stunk for a handful of years. But it's like, come on.
Well, people are buying in. They're really buying in.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. It's one of those things they have to get pretty high up there in the polls, I think, to get a consistent.
I mean, I don't think we've ever really witnessed it. Maybe some of those Hundley years, but even
they're close there, and then at the end of the 90s, but
right with Toledo.
Yeah,
Bob Toledo. I think he just died recently, actually.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. But why don't we get into it? News and notes. I got a couple of notes here. A couple of starting quarterback announcement. Hudson Card wins it down in Austin, beating out Casey Thompson, who had the great Alamo Bowl. So we'll see how he does out there in a Week 1 ranked matchup. And Zeb Noland, the Iowa State, North Dakota State transfer,
amazing,
brought into South Carolina as a grad assistant, then elevated a couple of weeks ago to the practice squad, wins the starting job. I don't know if I've ever heard of anything so absurd besides Bishop Sycamore, which made headlines this year. But I don't know what you think of if you're a South Carolina fan and you're seeing a grad assistant win the starting job. That's not – I don't think it's a good sign. Maybe it is. You got a lot of experience. Zeb sprung an upset on Oklahoma at one point, right? Am I imagining that?
I think he was involved. I'm not sure to what extent.
Maybe he was grad assisting as
could be. Yeah, it's a far cry. I feel bad a little bit for them because it's a far cry from where they were at a decade ago, less than a decade ago with the old ball coach. So,
right,
we'll see. It's gonna take some time, but good for Zeb, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think I had anything else besides Ewers. I know we talked about NIL last week, but or a couple weeks ago, just signed a $1.4 million deal for 3 years with some marketing company, I forget, to sign autographs. It's pretty incredible. I don't know how teams that aren't Oklahoma, Ohio State, Alabama that have this type of pull. I know most of it is his own personal pull, being the top prospect to come out since Trevor Lawrence, but they get to sell this to every number one quarterback going forward, right? You come here, you don't even have to win the starting job. You're getting a $1.4 million deal, right?
Yep.
Pretty incredible.
Yep.
Pretty incredible.
Not much more to add.
Not much more to add. I mentioned Bishop Sycamore, probably one of the funnier headlines I've seen in a while. If you haven't seen it, it's too long to get into here, but
it is really long in terms of how elaborate this.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it, it's up there from what I've read. Maybe this is prisoner of the moment. It's up there with the Islanders having the fake owner. It's really that comprehensive. That's Big Shot 30 for 30 with John Spanos, I think his name was. It's really that elaborate, it seems. It's crazy.
All right.
Anyway, how much have you read on that?
Yes. How much have you looked into it?
I was telling Ken in the production meeting I was behind on this news. I'm still behind.
Wait till you get into it fully.
More and more layers are filtering down with some I read some quotes today with player interviews about what was promised, reality. I'm still gathering information, but when I initially found out, which was well after everyone, I watched the highlights of the game last night. It was bad, and I started to deep dive a little bit. I just started to read into it. Now that I'm back on normal schedule, tomorrow morning will be a deep dive of sorts. Yeah. So I'll probably shoot some stuff over that you might already know, but I just find absolutely hilarious.
I think the funniest thing I've read is the interview with the guy that started it, because the coach just got fired, right, today, the head coach. And the guy that actually started the school, I believe, is the offensive line coach. And he played for Tressel at Youngstown State, from what I understand. And he was interviewed today.
But the thing is it a real school, though? I didn't get that far yet.
Well, I mean, it is a school. I don't think it's like officially recognized as a charter school or like a public school. It's just a school.
Is it like the University of Phoenix?
I don't know. I can't. They still haven't gotten down to that, because if you go on the school's website, I don't know if you've gotten this far.
No.
The school's website, it just reads like a football blog. All it is like about like tips to get recruited and what to do to get recruited. There's no like actual academic like information on the school's website. And like that's what he was talking about in the interview today. It was like, he was like, I understand how people can be confused, and I recognize that we need to get more academic material on the school website. And he was talking about how he was like, it's absolutely not a con. If we were screwing these kids over, then I'd be screwing my own kid over, because my own son's been in this program for 4 years, irregardless of the fact that the school was started 2 years ago. So he's lying there when he's talking about his own son being involved for 4 years. He goes back and forth between 4 and 2 years a lot of times in the interview. It's funny. It's very funny.
Clown.
But yeah, if you haven't, I don't know if you're listening, how you haven't found out if you're listening to this podcast, but definitely one of the funnier things I've seen. All right, that's all the headlines I had. You guys have any headlines? Any breaking news coming from the Pitt or Notre Dame fronts? Penn State, very mum's the word. I think
not much.
A number 2 quarterback today. That's about it. James Franklin no longer releasing depth charts during the season, or at all, maybe.
Going the Harbaugh.
Going the Harbaugh way. He mentioned like half a dozen tems that from the Big Ten that don't do it, so he's not doing it anymore.
I'd give him credit for that. I mean, I never
not required. I guess I'll have one for
pour one out.
Maris Leofau, Notre Dame's exciting linebacker, out for the season with a dislocated ankle, I think it was.
That sucks.
So not a starter, but I would say he played over half the snaps. Very versatile.
A significant contributor, you're saying?
Yes, very fun to watch. Great hair. So we look forward to having him back next season. To Marist.
Next year, another
Speedy
preseason
recovery. Yep, it's terrible. I think I jinxed it because we were talking about. I think I mentioned it last week when we were doing our previews about not hearing anything with Pitt. Fortunately, in terms of players getting kicked off the team or losing to injury, and here we go. A Holy Tribe member.
There it is. Well, I mean, Penn State lost that defensive end early on, but probably the thinnest position they had.
During the fall camp?
I mean, I don't know when it was.
Yeah.
It's during the preseason at some point.
Yeah. Well, then they're too.
We have 10 games on the slate that we're going to go over. 3-7-3. Nice little slate week 1. So let's get into it here with the most anticipated matchup of the weekend for sure. Georgia, Clemson from Charlotte. Saturday night, 7:30 kick. I mean, we always start with the quarterbacks, it seems like, with JT Daniels, DJU. But here, I mean, I think the story for me in this game is both defenses. On paper, look to be just sick.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Clemson's aerial attack is probably going to be – the receiving core will be better, whereas the Georgia running game will be better. Both defenses are awesome. I'm fired up for this game.
Couple of guys are out, though, I think, for at least according to the Don Best. For
the Dogs.
Well, Dogs definitely, but Clemson's aerial attack. We don't know if Justin Ross, I believe, is supposed to be in uniform. Obviously, he took last year off with the back issues. I believe with the back issues. I believe he is supposed to be back, and I don't know if there's any restrictions or whatnot. It does sound like Nagata is out, who I know they liked a lot early on in his career, but has had injury issues. It sounds like he'll be out with a hamstring issue, unfortunately. But yeah, you mentioned it, Dan. A lot of names on the injury and issues report. I think both.
Do we think it's Pickens is the biggest?
Oh yeah, he's got the ACL issue that he'll be
George
out.
Pickens, wide receiver for those.
Yeah, the other receivers also Blaylock, Dominic Blaylock, he played a lot. Yeah. Both the tight ends, both of them actually the same class, include the LSU transfer Gilbert. I think he's out and dealing with family issues, I believe. And then Darnell Washington, who's the tight end that actually did start, and he's another freak out there. He, I think, has a foot injury, it seems. So we'll definitely be down a couple of playmakers there that will be catching balls from JT Daniels. But if he's going to be as good as they've been talking about him being, he should hopefully be able to overcome this and make the plays that are needed for his team. I think you shouldn't have an issue with them running the ball. Obviously, Zamir White and Georgia always very formidable when it comes to running the ball. But the defenses up front, Clemson, fantastic defensive front.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm ready to see those collisions. I think that'll be talked about the beef last week that both your teams have, and my team lacks a little bit, but it's going to be a clash of titans, whatever you want to call it. They do the cheesy promos, but this is one that surely should live up to it in the trenches. And then, who can step up? We saw what Florida. Not that that was a little bit different. What Florida looked like with all their missing, skill position players, or at least wide receivers.
True.
So that's a real thing. I think that played out, but it's Georgia would be a little more conservative than Florida was offensively. So
yeah,
I think they'll be able to keep it in there.
I think they've gone through camp knowing that these injuries will be there, at least on the offensive side of things. I know they got another couple guys out on defense as well, including the safety that transferred in from WV. Tyke Smith was pretty good. Had a really good year for West Virginia. So Wish they were both at full strength. The result is Clemson favored by 3 points. They are, I think they're probably equal distance. Clemson's a little closer, actually. Sorry.
Clemson, home away from home in Charlotte.
But Charlotte's only what, 2? I think it's only 2.5 hours, something like that from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or 3.5 from Atlanta. I think it's closer to Athens, actually. It's even closer from Athens. So should be a great crowd.
Who do you think needs it more? Who do you guys think it's a
I was just
hacky
thinking about that too.
Yeah,
it's a hacky bit, but I think probably Georgia, just because Clemson, I think, still has to think they have a little bit of house money right now with their titles and everything like that.
Yeah, and the respect that they have, if they lose the game to Georgia and they run the table the rest of the way, they're going to be it.
Probably being, yeah.
So I definitely think Georgia needs it more because they will have a much tougher road the rest of the way to hoe. And it definitely will be a good win on their resume. Clemson can afford it, the loss, as long as it's not ugly. If it is ugly, then I'm not even sure if Clemson does run the table, they'll be able to make it with how the ACC is viewed these days.
Yeah, I think, what you guys said. Georgia, if they lose, then they know what's in front of them, no real slip-ups. If Clemson loses, it's okay. Just do what we got to do, and we'll be fine, you would think.
Right.
But I haven't deep dive on really any team yet. I'm looking forward to watching all these games and trying to get a new, fresh perspective on things, because the last years, like Cam was saying, the respect that Clemson has, and we just assume that they're going to be Clemson. And while they do, both teams are very talented. This is a different team with Noah Lawrence or even Etienne. I know it's running back, but he was very dynamic. I'm going to take Clemson in this game. I know Georgia's. Some people hate this, but one of these years they're going to have to break through, and they are due. They've been on the cusp for a while now. Is this the year? A fresh team, fresh outlook? It very well could be, but I think I'm just going to go with what we've been saying about the respect factor, and Clemson's been doing it, and I want to see Georgia knock them off first before I stray away. Tight game, 3-point spread. I do think it's going to be close, but yeah, give me Clemson, first team to 24 wins, 24-20.
Could be, yeah. I agree with you there. Real quick question, though. Who won the last time these two played? Was that
that was a Gurley game.
2014?
I believe it was a Gurley return game. I think it's
that was the whole Deshaun Watson came in and let him back, because they didn't play again after that, right? I think that was in 20.
No, they haven't played again since. No.
Okay, I was just curious, but yeah, I'm picking Clemson for basically everything that AY said.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Clemson as well. I think I may have chosen Georgia previewed or marked it off as a win for Georgia a couple weeks ago when we were previewing. But in looking at it now, I do think there's too many pieces that are out on the Georgia side of things. On an offense that traditionally hasn't been explosive, I don't think you can be down these types of playmakers and be able to, pull it out against a team like Clemson. I think Clemson has what it takes at the quarterback position and across the board. And I think defensively they can get enough stops that they need, given the lack of playmakers that JT's got to throw to. Now, if they somehow find somebody here, I could see it turning. But we've seen it happen a couple of times here in the recent past, and that's with a couple of other playmakers that they've got. Yeah, I've got Clemson here pulling it out. I'll go 20. I'll go 31-31 to 20-21. 31-21.
Okay. Another big game. Alabama, Miami.
A big game in the sense that it's a top 15 matchup.
Yes, that being said, I'm just going to get right to the chase. I got Bama by 3 touchdowns here.
Yeah, me too. I really don't. We have this as in the games of the week.
Well, it is a game.
We usually do longer previews for these, but I don't have that much to say. I'm just going to watch De'Ara King the whole time, basically.
Well, I mean, we don't even know how De'Ara King's going to be. Miami donning new uniforms. They got new font on their uniforms, I think. But Alabama's what they are. You've seen them in these Atlanta games before. They played good teams. They played bad teams. They've blown them out all the same. They've blown West Virginia out, Virginia Tech out.
They didn't even beat them that bad. I was just going to say, the only team that's really hung in there a bit was West Virginia with them.
Okay, right. I guess Florida State in the actual big matchup that they had, that one they kind of slow cooked them and beat them up and ended up pulling away at the end. But 18.5 points I've got this at. I'll have Alabama. I mean, Alabama minus the points. Is there a safer bet in college football? I'm not sure.
Where'd Bryce Young go to school, Cam?
Matter Day.
Okay, because I remember I found him organically. It's probably this 3-day span where I just kept going on next video on these YouTube clips, and I was just going through the California season of big matchups.
Yeah.
First, and it was always Matter Day. It was these 18-minute clips. It was really good footage, and he was awesome. And I mean, I'm sure everyone knew about it before that, but for me, just catching up my own way, it was cool. This guy's amazing. It's
he's a tiny guy. He's 5'10". He's like a better freaking Tate.
Tathan.
Whoa. I mean, Alabama now, you see what they do. They got 3 starting quarterbacks now in the league. 3 QB1s, which is amazing how quickly it's turned around for them. They got from Coker to these 3 now starting in the league, right? And Bryce seems like the next guy, but he's a small guy. He's smaller than Kyler though, right? Girth wise, he's skinnier. You think?
I haven't seen him since those high school videos, so I don't know. Okay. But he looked like.
Is Kyler 5'10"?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we've all got a blowout here for Bama. The third game that we've got in the games of the week, you wouldn't expect it to be, but Indiana at Iowa. I think this is an exciting game. What did you guys think of this one when you saw it on the slate?
I don't know that it's exciting, however.
It's intriguing. It's intriguing.
Important. But yeah, it's mainly just talked about. I want to see how De'Ara King looks. I want to see how Michael Penix looks, because I think that's kind of how those 2 teams go from maybe 7 or 8 wins to 10 or 11 wins. We get Jesus Mastanza checking in here.
Hey, Jesus.
Jesus, yeah. Thank you for that. WTF? So, thank you for that comment.
What the fucking about, Jesus?
I don't know. What's that symbol that he put in the chat there?
I can't see the chat. Oh, here we go. Can't? Oh, I got Enya. The Enya. That's an Enya. That's an N with a tilde on it.
I'm going out on a limb and saying he's a spammer, as they call it, or I don't know.
A troll.
A troll.
Jesus Mastanza, appreciate the views. Appreciate you joining in today.
Appreciate the views.
And the engagement. We certainly appreciate the engagement. All right.
Wonder, can I block this clown? Yeah.
Why are you blocking him? We need the engagement.
You need the engagement? All right.
He's not hurting anybody over there.
Okay.
He may be offending somebody, I guess. With the WTF.
What was I saying? Okay, but that's basically it. Yeah, I think that's what it's in for me. And then I guess I want to see too if Iowa's fronts line up to be or show up to be as advertised, and if they can carry it forward and maybe even improve from last year. So I think that's what intrigues me the most. Oh, we get the heart now. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm enjoying. I like Iowa and I like Indiana. I like both these teams, and Penn State strength of schedule, no matter which way it slices, I think should turn out all right. Iowa, they ended the season on a big run last year. I think they will continue to parlay that. Indiana, on the other side of the coin, didn't end it as well in the bowl game, and you got a quarterback that is coming off injury. Hasn't really been healthy all his career. He's gotten hurt a lot. I'd like to see how he responds. I know that Tom Allen has really built this program up, and they've done well. Last year, obviously, they had the breakout year, but even before that, if you look back at how he's been building the program up, he's done a great job, and they've gotten better marginally each year, step by step by step. I think this year is a big important year for them to not fall back down the steps, to at least try to maintain the level that they were last year, and I think they can. This is the type of game that they got to win on the road in Kinnick in a big game to open up the season. And unfortunately, I don't think they have it. I'll go hedging P though, and I've got 3.5. I will go Iowa by 3 here. A great game, 24-21. I'm excited about this game. 3:30 on BTN. I don't know how you put him on BTN. This is a ranked matchup.
Terrible. Why do you have a selection?
I got Iowa. I think I alluded to it in someone's preview. I don't know what I think about Indiana this year. I think it's one that they can show me. Like Dan said, as Penix goes, maybe this team will go. I think last year was a little bit of a false hope for this year. So give me Iowa by 10, 23-13.
Yeah, I thought that about Indiana all offseason for the most part, but I'm just it's the contrarian. I got to catch up also. Thank you to myself for the week 0 bagel, 0-5 for me. Not even close. Not even close. I didn't even have to look at the last 2 games because I just not even close. Nebraska was the closest to being correct.
You're tallying these up, right, Dan? We're actually keeping score this year. We say it every year.
We kept score 3 years ago, maybe. We didn't last year. I know that. Yeah. Maybe it was 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, we used to put it up on the old website.
We all had Clemp, right? We all had Clemp covering in the first game.
Yeah, we usually type them in there. Yeah,
I'm typing it right now. I know we all have Bama covering, and now what do you have for?
I'm just taking Windiana. Yeah,
Windiana outright or it doesn't matter. All right. Ken and Dan on the Indy cover. All right. Those are the. Jesus wondering if we're going to do anything or we're just going to talk.
Show some nipple.
Oh, okay. We got kids watching.
We're gonna get flagged.
We're gonna get flagged. Dude, let's stay on topic here. Okay. And so anyway,
you know what that means?
They want to understand, I think. And Swenya. And Swenya Meme.
Yeah, we might need to just get rid of this guy. He's derailing
us. We'll keep him on. I enjoy the engagement. All right, on to the Sparty Round.
Put him in timeout.
You were blocked for 5 minutes. Only for 5 minutes. Okay.
Timeout. Yep.
Well, Jesus, come on back in 5 minutes. All right. On to the Sparty Round. Do we have the music?
Don't have the Sparty Round. Yeah, I need to.
All right. First game we got Thursday night. I'm excited about that. This one, number 4, Ohio State at Minnesota. PJ Fleck looking for a back. Not a backup. What's the word I'm looking at? Bounce back year. How you guys see this one playing out?
Ohio State I'll go 18, like 35-17 maybe.
I like that. I think it'll be close.
Just because.
I think it'll be close early, but I could see them pulling away late. I like that score. I'll go a little higher scoring. I'll go I'm not necessarily sold on the Minnesota defense being back. I'll go 44-20 victory for Ohio State.
Yeah. I think Minnesota, nice little ground game, but going to be behind. And I think Ohio State just gets it rolling right away. So 45-24.
45-20. Everybody's got OSU covering.
That's right. Yep. That number's come down too, I think.
I saw 14 actually, and we have it here at 13.5.
Yeah, that was why I mainly liked it, I guess. But yeah, I could see, a little 21-17, a little bit dicey, and then
the
late scores.
I agree.
Next one's Carolina at Va Tech. This is easy for me. Let's get the hype train rolling in week 1.
No.
Not Va Tech. Sam Howell lights them up.
Yeah.
Lights them up. Carolina will stumble against a bad team probably before the end of the month. But week 1, I'll let the hype train get rolling. Give me UNC.
Is he your guys' best quarterback coming into the season? Number 1 quarterback in the country?
For me, yeah, he is.
Probably, yeah. I think
I take him over Spence.
I was just gonna say him or Rattler, right?
Him or the Rat.
The Rat.
Spencer the Rat.
I take Howell.
I got VT, so I'll be going up over here again to make.
All right,
make
okay.
up for my bagel week 0. But no, I like. It's just weird. I don't know. It's weird that it's not 10 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that is true. UNC could lose this game, and I really wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Right.
Get it rolling.
I think I'll go with the close game also. I'm excited for this one. I think Fuente, with his back against the wall, will come out fighting and swinging. I think Howell will lead a late touchdown drive. I would got them winning 28-24. Low scoring game. So I've got Virginia Tech covering.
Okay. Louisiana, Texas, Horns laying 8. Just naming their new starting quarterback. Feeling themselves. Sark taking over at Darrell K. Memorial. William Napier doesn't care.
We'll see. We'll see how long it is. Darrell K. Also, I think there's some. You see the stuff coming out today about that?
No.
Just cancel? Is he going to get canceled?
Yeah, I think he may be getting canceled soon. There's letters coming out of him, 5 years after stuff was desegregated or whatever. They're trying to fight to keep Texas segregated.
Drama. Building this.
Which means they're going to circle the wagons.
It definitely got to sprinkle that money line. I'll say Texas escapes with a 1-point victory.
No.
Yeah, I learned my lesson with Nebraska last week. I'm just going to take Louisiana and go with the flow. How it's been at Texas, just I'm not going to think it's going to turn on a dime. Really,
I do think it'll turn on the dime. I think Sark will inject some much-needed offense there. I think Louisiana last year was a lot of smoke and mirrors. They weren't that good. Iowa State, not that good either. Texas blows the doors off them to the tune of 42-21.
Whoa. Okay.
Cam believes.
I believe. I believe. I've talked to you about this, I think, several times now, how much I believe this. Okay. I mentioned it before. A lot of people excited about UCLA. Is Chip for real? Has he turned the corner here with the Bruins, baby Bruins, only getting 3 points here, visiting LSU, coming in number 16.
Yeah, you can take your points. I don't need them.
No habla.
Chip keeps it rolling.
Wow.
Cam?
I've got Ed O winning here. I don't believe in Chip, but I think it's fool's gold for LSU and the fans here. I'm not sure that they will actually be good this year, but I think they will be better than Chip. They will win here by going away. I'll go like 35-21.
I'm with Kenny. I'm a little bit of a sell high, I guess, because I think a lot of people were impressed by how solid UCLA looked
against a fraud.
Against a fraud, yeah.
Against a fraud.
But no, I think this is more of a bounce back spot after LSU's fat year.
Fat year. So you do think that they will be good this year or decent? Bouncing
maybe against UCLA. I don't know about going 10-2 or better, but
okay, all right.
This week,
okay.
These next two.
Jesus is back.
He's out of the penalty box, but
speak Spanish.
Can we just block him forever?
Well, we can speak some Spanish. West Virginia is Maryland.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's blocked. I was getting ready for getting in the Espanol. Yo hablo un poco.
West Virginia, Maryland, 2.5.
AY's tired, Ken. He drove 20 hours.
I'm so sick of that. Jesus, dude.
How are you going to block the one guy that's engaging?
Yeah. Well, wait till we start marketing this. We're still in beta testing mode.
I don't want to pick this game. Give
Are we on to Sparty?
Yeah,
Sparty
we're
round?
on Dub V. Dub V takes care of business in the bow. Bow is getting blown out here by 2 touchdowns. Go Neil Brown. Go Ty.
It's closer than that, but Dub V by 7.
I'm going with the bow. I swear I wrote these down before we started this. So it's either going to be a wider gap or
you're
tighten up a little bit.
He's doubling down.
Oh, geez. Sparty, Northwestern.
Sparty at Northwestern. This is good. Northwestern lose a bunch of people. I'm going with Tucker here. I think Tucker comes out and has a nice
W. You got to go with Sparty in the Sparty round.
Yeah. I actually think we're going to make a clean sweep here. Sparty. Jeez.
Here we go.
Yep. And then we've got Boise, the old darling of the Power 5 against the new age darling of the Power 5, UCF.
Group of five,
not Power 5, sorry. Group of 5, the national champions, UCF, laying 4.5 points. They are hosting Boise. Boise will play anybody, anywhere. Where do you see this one going? Bachmeier and Sears.
This is a game I get behind. Good work.
Yep.
They get done. Boise travels southeast, and they get it done.
Well, Boise went down to Florida, to Tallahassee a couple years ago. Remember?
They pulled it out in
they did
of a miracle fashion.
I think that was Bachmeier's first game or whatnot. And
they were up.
Was that Willie's last stand, or was that? Yeah, that was Willie's last stand.
It was the beginning of the last stand, and everybody was loving him, and then they fell apart. Yeah, that was a rough one. Sorry, FSU Michael. But yeah, I think. Yeah, the Bachmeier travels southeast with his new head coach and spoils Malzahn's debut.
I don't know, but I think there's still some talent there. Malzahn not taking over an empty cupboard, and despite what people on the plains may think, I think he can coach. I think you got to be able to coach, beat Alabama, Nick Saban a couple of times, right? So I think he'll be able to put it together. I don't necessarily believe in the new coach at Boise. You'll have to show me what you're made of, Avalos. So going with more of a known quantity in the head coach here in Malzahn. I'm going with the national champs here, and I've got them winning. Some Pitt SOS from a couple years ago. Winning by a touchdown. I'll go 35-28.
Yeah, 38-31. UCF. I think Malzahn's got his year 1 run in him again.
Dan going contrarian again. Good job. Dan making up ground this weekend.
Or
we're falling further behind.
Or maybe falling out of contention.
This is a good slate. Super excited about it. Hopefully I'll be able to catch a decent amount of it. I know I'll be traveling for about half of it, or maybe even more than half of it. Shout out Vern and Kevin. Looking forward to your wedding this weekend. With my brain halfway across the country. One traveling. We're on to our games here. Are you excited, Dan? Dan, do you want to do yours first?
Yeah, it would take about 7 seconds because I don't have much of anything to say other than I'm excited to be going back for the first time since 2019, obviously. It would be nice. It would be warmer than the last time I was in that stadium. Fortunately, should see win. All due respect. Actually, no. Screw them. They get no respect out of me. UMass.
US.
We're going down 31-0.
Wow. So they don't cover.
Shut up. No.
You showed them.
I could never take
a little bit. You showed them a little bit of respect.
Yeah, I guess so. Within the context of that. But no, yeah, I don't have just stay healthy. Tricky game the next week. The Vols. And that's all I got. I like to be fast too. A lot of running. So I can get back and watch the games. Even though they're going to win like 17-0.
17. Running clock.
That would be uninspiring. But yeah.
Well, it'll be 52-0. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good whooping. I'll go 48-7.
All right.
All right. I'll go here chronological order, I guess, with the last two. Big Nude Saturday, the first actual Big Nude Saturday. They had Big Nude Saturday signage last week, but it started at 1, right? Big Nude Saturday in Camp Randall. The line has gone up now, 5.5. And I think in the offseason he had 3.5. It's now up to 5.5. Some money coming in on Wisconsin. Wisconsin, I mentioned a lot of injuries. They're getting some people back. It sounds like the lineman we talked about, Beach, is going to be playing. Danny Davis, the receiver that we talked about with the concussion issues, he's going to be available this weekend. Hopefully, for his sake, he does not get another one of those concussions. But Chris confirming he will play. Let's see how that goes. We've got a starting running back confirmation. The Clemson transfer is starting in place of Berger. It sounds like Berger was a little dinged up, smaller back. Also, Chaz Malusi, the guy from Clemson, will be starting. The news out of Wisconsin, and you're wondering if it will cause any type of dissension in the ranks. I don't know if it does because it involves two freshman running back, but this is hot off the press earlier this evening. One freshman running back, I think his name is Loyal. I forget what his last name is. He's got Loyal is his first name, but he's booted from the team. The other freshman running back, I think, is somebody that actually they liked and we're expecting to play. It sounds like he's suspended. It sounds like they got in a fight in the dorms. Loyal saying that he got blackballed and it was unfair, and they didn't hear his side of the story. It sounded like his apartment was broken into. He was jumped by the other guy. I don't know what's going on over there. Hopefully this type of drama is not good anywhere, anytime, much less before the first game of the season. Big game. Penn State coming in very focused. They'll be starting. The whole line is back. I mentioned they'll be playing a couple of guys at left guard, but I expect them to be able to run the ball here a little bit. I think they're going to lean on the running game. Weather report does seem like it will be a little drizzly. Let me see that. It's gone back and forth. I've seen like 30% rain, 40% rain here and there. Let me check back in again. As of Tuesday, we are looking at 24%. Looks like cloudy, overcast, perfect. Penn State, I think, if you look at it, they may have benefited more if it did rain, because I think I'm not as sold on Wisconsin's passing game. I don't think Mertz is as good. I think a little bit of rain might have done Penn State well because they would have been able to load up against the run here. And
they are a bad weather team.
Thank you.
But with that said, no rain. I think Penn State may look to air it out a little bit, which I'm excited to see. I think I am cautiously optimistic that Clifford can be serviceable here. This is the first time that they'll be on the road in a couple of years with fans, right? So a lot of these playmakers the Penn State's got, a lot of them haven't played in front of fans before, which is going to be an interesting thing to watch. Wisconsin, a little bit more loaded experience-wise, but I'm not sure the experience really does too much for them in the sense that a lot of these guys aren't big-time playmakers or have shown the chops that you'd see from a Wisconsin team, guys that – an Aberdaris or running back that you truly fear. You're getting a transfer from a Clemson backup right now. That's so from what I watched. I wasn't impressed every time I saw him last year. All of this to say, Penn State, they've got to be able to maintain the edges. They can't let Mertz get outside the pocket. They can't let any runs bounce. If they're able to withstand the point of attack on the edges from a defensive end standpoint, I think they win this game. I'm not worried about the secondary. I think they'll take care of business back there. Mertz won't necessarily hurt them too much. I think they may get some yards early on, but I do think they'll get some adjustments done on the back end. I like Penn State here. I'm going to have them winning here on the road. I'm not necessarily as sold on Wisconsin as some others may be. I think this is a good opportunity if you want to get some nice juice there, plus 185. You can put it down here on Penn State. I've got them winning here 27-17. And I think it'll be a nice long run at the end that punctuates it. I think it'll be like 20, 21, 17, nip tuck. Good game all throughout. Penn State seals it up with, or I guess it'd be 20-17, and Penn State seals it up with a nice long drive at the end to punctuate it. Maybe it's a kill shot from Clifford on a long pass, a bomb that they're not looking for when they're trying to run the ball out, but or maybe they break one. I think Penn State gets it done on the road. I'm excited. Madison, I'm excited to see you again, Madison.
I'm glad you didn't waver. I was worried you're going to do a hedging P or something like that.
No.
You get scared.
No hedging P.
I have a question first. Did the boards get back to you on your question?
Oh, I have not checked back in there in a while. Last time I checked, there were multiple other questions that were similar to mine on the boards, and nobody answered it. Let me see here. Nah.
Why wouldn't they answer that? I don't understand.
Pre-game mark. Nope. 91 people have looked at it now. Nobody has answered.
Unbelievable.
That makes me want to pick Penn State, but all I hear about is this incredible 85 Bears defense that Wisconsin has. So how can I pick that? I'm going to go HP here. Wisconsin 21-17 because you can't beat that defense.
You need that Notre Dame strength of schedule as well.
And I need that. I need a little bump. So State to cover, Badgers to win. Keep your end of the bargain up there, Badgers.
Yeah, I want to pick Penn State to win as well. I feel a lot better about where they were at the end of the season in comparison to Wisconsin just playing a stupid game against Woke. They needed bazillion turnovers or whatever to come back from. I just don't know. What are we picking this at again?
Minus 5.5.
5.5.
That's a total dead zone.
Yeah, I mean.
Hey, well, you picked Penn State to cover though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah.
I can see it going either way.
I'll probably go hedging P as well, just because it should be like a field goal. I don't know.
Well, it was a field goal, and now they're net that way. I think there'll be a decent amount of money actually coming in on Penn State. Come closer to game time.
From you?
Yeah, largely all from me.
Yeah, I'll go hedging P and say Wisconsin. Yeah, that's. No, I've already. Yeah, I'm going. Wisconsin wins by 5.4. That's just peculiar.
Okay.
All right.
AY.
All right, Irish open up on the road in Tallahassee. My main issue with this game is it's this 7:30 kick, which is fine. I wish it was Saturday though, because Sunday at 6 is the opening of Southern 500. The NASCAR playoffs get underway.
Ooh.
So I gotta go dualies here. Playoff starts, 16 drivers in, so it should be good. Dan, I know you're keeping the know, so 20-second rundown. Darlington, Truex won last time here in the spring. Dominated, but Larson came out of nowhere, caught him at the end, had one chance to pass him, didn't take it. Truex pulled away. 750 horsepower track, so Truex should be tough here. Larson is the favorite for the race and for the playoffs. Big boost for the playoff points already, so he should get to Phoenix. We'll see. We'll update that in a few weeks. But
look forward to it.
NASCAR playoff start 3 weeks, and then 4 guys are out. 3 weeks, 4 guys are out. 3 weeks, 4 guys are out, and then 4 left for 1 race in Phoenix. So we will keep tabs on that throughout the season. So I'll be going dual screen with NASCAR and Notre Dame, Florida State. Florida State, name a quarterback. Who's it going to be?
This is Sunday night?
Sunday night for NASCAR 6, Florida State, Notre Dame at 7:30. Jordan Travis or Mackenzie Milton. Norvell playing it close to the vest. I think it's got to be Milton. Crowd will be there. back, ready to go. The war chant, first game post Bobby Bowden, emotional, fired up, ready to get after it. The heat will be in effect. A lot of question marks for Notre Dame. Cohn as a coordinator, receivers, who's going to step up? Even the line's a little shifted. But I do think the Notre Dame front seven on defense, or whatever they employ here, front eight at times could be seven, but still, I think the defense does enough here. And look, it's still Florida State of the last 2 years until you really start putting them together. I look at their last few games last year; they're giving up 30 points a game, 40 points a game. I think Notre Dame will have a game plan here to get through this opening week. Cohen will do just enough. And I think Notre Dame wins this game. Line down to 7.5, open up at 10 back in May. Give me the Irish 30 to 20, 31-20. We'll cover the opening line too. So 31-20.
It's come down, right? It was originally a 9.
Oh, 10, 9, 8.5, 8, 7.5.
7.5.
Notre Dame 31, Florida State 20.
I'll go with them covering the 7.5. I got them winning by 8. I'll go 28-20.
Yeah, I was close to locking this up anyway, but I wouldn't do that to you week 1. Irish by 13. 40-27. How about that?
I'd rather score less and have the defense look better. So if it was like even an ugly.
Maybe
20,
they go with Travis, right? That's his last name, right? Jordan Travis.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can't go with Travis, can they?
There's no way. Conehead.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That's Sunday night though, so I guess I kind of get best of both worlds: a big game and enjoy opening day.
Yes.
So
I like that.
Opening day buffet and then a standalone spot Sunday night.
Right. It can't be ruined. Your Saturday cannot be ruined.
Okay, here we go.
I like that. All right, we're on to locks of the week then. Lock it up, lock it up, lock it up. Dan, would you like to lock something?
Yeah, LSU. I hope I didn't steal yours.
Nope, you did not. I will go. I'm going to lock. I think I'm going to lock Malzahn up. I like Malzahn.
Thursday night special. Nice. You can parlay that into one of Dan or mine. Look, circling back to preview podcast, I mentioned 2 that I wanted to lock up. One of them was Louisiana. I'm not going to do that, but I do think they have I think they cover there. And I already said it 2 weeks ago, so I have to stick with it. Locking up Ohio. They get 1.5 against Syracuse.
I
I think Cuse is just gross. Dino,
emotional too, right? Emotional game for the Cats.
Oh yeah, emotional game for the Cats. Dino is just.
Who's that for Frank?
Yeah.
Faber's he's in the same boat right now as your Scott Frost, your. We were talking about earlier.
Clay Helton.
For cans, Clay Helton, Shane Beamer.
Helen and Harbaugh are just always out there, but Fuente.
Fuente.
Yeah, and soon to be Sark. Yeah, give me the Bobcats outright against the Orange. Now I'm fired
Good
up.
stuff. I can't speak with a lot of convictions. It's just week 1. Really can't.
Yeah, it's
It
hard.
was very vague, very just.
They say this is the week to make money, right? This is the week to get the.
If you get it right, if your prognostications are.
This is the week
differentiated enough.
Then NFL week 2 is the week to make the most money as well. With your overreaction theater from the opening week.
That's right.
All right. Okay.
So 2.5 weeks till that.
I'm excited for that as well.
I'm excited.
The league where they play.
The league where they play for pay.
For pay.
Week 1 preview in the books. We look forward to reconvening. Hopefully after 3 wins, it'd be nice. Look, the hype train really going on here. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, if we get
We've already lit the hype train. We're expecting the best cumulative Holy Try year of all time. A 3-0 start would be a good start for that.
Yeah, I think we're all very consistent around at least 8 wins for each of our programs.
That would be a banner year for the Holy Try.
Yep.
Should be good. Enjoy all of week 1, and I'm going to enjoy my deep dive on Bishop Sycamore as well.
What a name.
So much to unpack. So much to unpack. Thank you for listening, except for Jesus. Well, maybe you're real. Sorry if you weren't real. But, you. But for me, I come to you from the beautiful state capital, the blue state, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, to my west.
Good night, all. I just had a yawn before I signed off.
And Can to my east.
Have a good night, all. Be safe. Enjoy. Hopefully, Ida hasn't hurt you too badly. Those listening.
Yeah, I thought,
Good luck out there.
Yeah,
Best
you
wishes.
two,
Best
enjoy
wishes.
your boots in the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Good for you guys to get back. So excited for that.
If you see a short Asian man streaking in Madison, hopefully it's not me. But there's a
High
larger than
probability.
zero chance. There's a larger than zero chance that it is.
Thanks for listening. We will catch up with you next week. How we going?